and welcome to another episode of the Classically Chloe Show, where we talk about music and its effects on every aspect of our daily lives. I'm your host, Chloe Castillo, and I have another fantastic guest for you today. Singer and songwriter Jordan Meyer is joining me. Jordan, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So I discovered your music through High Res, the rapper, actually. I'd followed him for a while. His stuff that he did with Jimmy Levy was awesome. And I followed him and stumbled into your music, which is I really enjoy. It's fantastic, fantastic
Thank you.
writing and producing and really good music. So I was super happy to have found you and the collaborations you've been doing with him have been really awesome too. So I want to play a little bit of one of your songs, just a super short clip at the beginning of Someday. It's a beautiful song. I can't really do it justice in the short amount of time that I'm going to play it, but I recommend listening to the full Someday after I play this, and then we'll dive into some chats and conversation about your music.
Someday I'll be free from all the stress, 'cause I made my life a mess. And someday I'll break all these chains that hold me down. I'ma turn my life around. I thank God every day he turned my life around. I was living fast, didn't think that I'd make it out. In the liquor and the pills, man, I could have been drowned. I was struggling, but you couldn't even tell I was down. I had to break down to break ground, but anxiety had me way down, like way down. Blessed every day I didn't take my life. Now I get to look deep in my daughter's eyes. I don't care about the money or cars. Me, I wake up every day and give thanks to God. He was there for me when everything got hard. Never thought I would ever even make it this far, but I knew that someday I'll be free from all the stress, 'cause I made my life a mess. And someday I'll break all these chains that hold me down. I'ma turn my life around. I shouldn't be here right now, should've been 6 feet, but for whatever reason I know God picked me. I did things I'm not proud of, please forgive me. And to my fans, thank you for the love that y'all give me. Woke up with anxiety, devil inside of me. I know that he would lie to me, but I had fighting me. I remember every day living like it was my last. Living fast, didn't even give a damn if I crashed. Fast forward, got a wife and kids, and I got a whole lot of life to live, and I got a whole lot of love to give. Everybody has a purpose, you just gotta find it. Someday I'll be free from all the stress, 'cause I made my life a mess. And someday I'll break all these chains that hold me down. I'ma turn my life
So I just love this song. It's so good. I really just want to talk about your music because I know that you didn't come from necessarily the best of places. In a lot of your songs, you talk about struggles in life. And I want to talk about how you just really seem to convey such a positive message through any struggles that you are discussing in your music. So, why do you choose that route? You know, a lot of singers go down the route of, kind of a poor me attitude towards things. So, what's your approach when you write music like this?
You know, I wanted to find a way to mend together my love for music and mental health and addiction. So I wanted to show people who struggle with the things that I've struggled with most of my entire life, like there really is a way out. a lot of us feel so stuck in depression, anxiety, or stuck in addiction. For me, I was an alcoholic for many years, and I wanted my music to grab the people who really need to hear it. And so they look at me in or Rez, or they see our videos and they're like, wait, this guy has all the stuff that I have and he's doing this. Like, so that's what I want my platform to be about. I want meaningful music with substance that just really grabs people by the heart. That's what it's all about to me. And it's very healing and therapeutic for me too. So it's a win-win for the listeners and for me.
Absolutely. So I really like that, just and this might sound super basic and like, well, duh, but I think that a lot of music these days, I don't mean just to trash modern music, by the way, it's not my intention. I think a lot of music written though and produced by Hollywood mainly is missing that substance. Even if it's relatable in some way, it's missing a lot of the substance that I really find your music has. And so, I mean, it's really nice to hear in a lot of your songs you reference God, but they're not that your music's necessarily Christian music, like, "Oh, this is a Christian song," but it either gives glory to God or it gives, I guess, credit to God where that credit is due in a way. It's not just like, "Oh, you turned your life around on your own with no assistance from anything else." I think you and Hi-Rez both um, really talk about how God is a part of that, a very crucial part of that. So is that something you found with your own journey? Is this something you found after, you started to come out of this? Where did you find God in this journey?
I found God honestly in the last year of my life. I spent most of my life wishing I had that, but I couldn't quite find my path to God. I would ask God for signs and I wouldn't see anything. But granted, most of the time I was all messed up on drugs and alcohol. And then in the last year of my life, just so many magical little things started clicking together, and I started talking to God. At first, I didn't know who I was talking to. It was a strange feeling praying when you're not. But things really just started to happen and line up, and like miracles after miracles, and that's where my faith in God was born. We don't do Christian music. Neither of us are Christian. He's Jewish. I just have a relationship with God. I don't claim any religion. I think a lot of people get a little confused there. Maybe some of them assume we're Christian. We make music that's like, I don't know if this even makes sense or it's even a thing. It's like secular music that mentions God sometimes. We're not really trying to necessarily cater towards a religious or Christian market. We just make music that comes from the heart that we love about how we feel about certain things, and whoever gravitates towards it, that's amazing.
Actually, just music in general has the opportunity to either, I think, bring you closer to a higher power or take you away from it, or make you think that you are your own higher power, which is very dangerous. And I think that it's interesting, musicians such as yourself who aren't, necessarily the religious type, but you still have you recognize the something higher out there. You recognize that there's something beyond this earth, beyond yourself, and you recognize there is a
Yeah,
higher power. And I think that a lot of music, it really has. I mean, music has a lot of power. I think we can all agree that music's very influential, and it really impacts your mind and your soul. And I think that I think there's a Plato quote out there somewhere that says basically, I can't quote this exactly, but there's a Plato quote somewhere around there that says basically music has access to the soul without having to go through your mental faculties or your reasoning. It goes straight from listening to your soul. There is no like in between, thought
mm,
process. A lot of it just has that direct access. I think that a lot of music now, I mean, you've seen a lot of demonic music, I'm sure, out there on the market, and I think it's really feeding a lot of really terrible energy, and it's also feeding into pulling people away from understanding that there is a higher power, whether they're into religion or understand religion or not. Just the fact that they probably feel like, you know what, this is like way too overwhelming. It's a lot easier to go with this route, this mainstream route that's being fed to me in a way almost. And I think that it's very interesting that as a musician yourself, you seem to really understand just the fact that there is something more and that you want to just share that with people and share it to them in a way that isn't so oppressive or structured, but where they can kind of find their way through something that's not
exactly.
quite so, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like to be preachy. I just like to, like, I like to describe, whether in conversation or in song, how I got to where I'm at. I got to a point in my life where I used to wonder, is there a God? Now I'm like, there can't possibly not be one. Just because I'm alive right now. And I think I really had to reflect on my life, my personal life, mainly my battles with addiction and mental health. I don't know how I'm still alive right now. I really do not. There's so many times I almost died from addiction or suicidal thoughts, and I've been in a lot of rehabs and mental hospitals and stuff like that. And it's honestly a miracle that I'm still here. And now I know why I'm still here, and that is to align with the music and the message. And it's so profound to say that every day of my life I read a handful of comments or inbox messages saying, you guys saved my life. Because of you, I'm now going to rehab. Because of you, I'm praying every day. Because of you guys, and for us to have a gift and a blessing from God to help awaken others along their path, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Everything else is just a bonus. I mean, Rez and I both came from the mainstream. We were both signed to major labels. I was a songwriter for multiple major labels. So like we've been in the belly of the beast, and we've tasted that world, and it wasn't for either of us. Um, and now we've arrived at a place where we're finally like really like our feet are planted in our mission, and it feels really, really good.
That's beautiful. I want to run a couple ads, and I want to get back to this because I want to talk to you some more about being in the belly of the beast. What was that like? What was your background in music? I know you didn't just come out of nowhere, and I want to kind of hear your story about what you experienced and kind of what brought you through. So let's do a couple ad breaks, and we'll be right back with some more from Jordan Meyer.
I couldn't give anything a higher endorsement.
I would be remiss had I not include Cardio Miracle on my very short list of secrets.
It's the real deal. It's a real product. It's not another supplement.
I'm operating about 6 to 8 hours, and I've noticed that being on this Cardio Miracle has made a huge difference.
Since I started taking Cardio Miracle, about 8 months into it, the benefits have been fantastic.
If I get hungry, then I just have a Cardio Miracle.
Not only is it safe, but it's necessary to take Cardio Miracle to stay well.
This let me sleep. It's showing up more energy, more get up and go, and it's all because of what this company does.
For me as a doctor, Cardio Miracle is a staple.
Cardio Miracle to me is hope in a glass.
To try Cardio Miracle for yourself and get a special fan discount, go to the host page right now and click the link for Cardio Miracle.
Looking to give your wardrobe an upgrade? Well, look no further. Here at God Country & Kin, we've got you covered from head to toe, from shoulder to shoulder, and everything in between. Introducing our brand new Patriotic Collection, designed to display your patriotic spirit with a stylish look that's sure to turn heads. And the best part is, you don't have to break the bank to be your best you. Why wait? Visit us online or in-store today and elevate your style with God Country & Kin. God Country & Kin, where patriotism meets style. Shop now. Visit the Patriot TV store and look for the God Country Kin banner to find the perfect outfit, shirt, accessory, or maybe a great hat.
You can totally see yourself rocking this hat, I know you can. And check out all the great stuff we've got to show your patriotism at patriot.tv.store. Click that link above that says store and join me there at the Patriot TV store.
Attention American business owners, big or small, your company deserves to be seen, and Patriot TV is here to help. We're proud to support American-owned businesses by offering a free listing of your company on Patriot TV Store. That's right, no cost, just visibility to millions of loyal viewers who want to support American businesses like yours. Whether you run a small business or a nationwide company, this is your chance to reach a dedicated audience on Patriot TV Store on major smart TVs like Samsung, LG, Sony, TCL, Roku, also on Apple, Android, Amazon, Fire Stick, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Truth Social, X, and of course, the Patriot TV Store app and website. It's our way of giving back to the community and helping American businesses thrive. Let's work together to build a stronger America. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Get your free business listing today. Contact us at info@patriot.tv.
Thank you for joining me, Jordan. Great to have you back on here. So let's dive into the belly of the beast. I like that analogy there. So just tell me about where you came from in the music world. Who were you signed on to? Where did you experience all that, all the details?
So well, my journey with music starts long before like the business side of things. I don't know where exactly you wanted me to start from, like adolescence or just the professional world, but I started my journey with music when I was 5 years old. Um, and I was in voice lessons very early on, and then I started playing brass instruments, and then percussion, and then guitar and piano. And so by the time I was like 13, I played, I don't know, 4 or 5 instruments. And then I ended up going to, I got classically trained as a vocalist in art school. And then I spent a number of years just aspiring, producing, playing in bands, drumming in bands. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to start like singing, songwriting, and focusing on myself, not being in bands. And then things got like really good really quickly. And I was signed to a record label from hip hop legends Mobb Deep started a label beneath a major label. So I was signed to that label for a few years. Um, and you know, like you hear many stories about artists getting signed. Uh, it was kind of like a back burner type of thing. Like I signed the contract and then just nothing happened for me. And that was very disheartening and discouraging, thinking like you're on the verge of like really punching through that last layer of ice after all the hard work, and then to just feel like, wait, now I'm signed and like nothing's happening and it seems like no one cares. And you know, that was rough. That was rough. Um, but I got out of that deal on peaceful terms, and then I started songwriting for a producer at Bad Boy Records. And you know, I was excited to do that kind of work at first because I'm pretty on the fly and I'm pretty quick and I can sit down and be super productive. Um, because I write songs, I make beats, instrumental, play all the instruments. I do everything, mix, master. I own a recording studio. But like songwriting, soon in, I was like, all right, this is starting to feel more like work than an enjoyment. Because they would put me in a studio and just be like, all right, we want 10 songs written today. So I had to write 10 songs. I didn't even get up, I didn't even take a break. Write the songs and then get in the vocal booth and sing the reference for the song. So that was super tiring. And it's not like I could put my own heart and soul behind the songs. They're like, we want the song to be about this. You walk in the dance club and you see a girl and you start drinking together, and this go like they would give you like the synopsis, like what they want the song, and that's not me, you know what I mean? And so I just felt like this musical identity crisis for many years. I always felt like I wasn't quite on my path. I felt like I was on a path, and then, you know, at the same time as all of this is going on, you know, I'm like, I keep getting to these like really awesome places where a lot of success is coming at me, and then the addiction thing would kind of crumble it all down, and I would end up, you know, back in the hospital, back in rehab. So that got in the way of a lot of things. But now looking back, it's like it all makes sense. Everything happens, and we can bring God in here again. Also, everything happens at the right time for the right reason. I wasn't ready back then for you know, tremendous success, and I also wasn't even really doing what I love doing. Everything was so contrived, and uh now where I'm at now, I'm truly doing what I want to do as an artist, and I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not trying to impress someone at a label, or I'm just doing what I love to do. And everyone who tunes in and enjoys it, that's just a bonus to what I need to do for me already.
Yeah, that's fascinating actually what you mentioned there about they basically fed you what to sing about. I mean, to me that's not music. That's not real art in my opinion. Whether the actual music itself is good or not, it has to to me a song has to have soul to it. And if you don't have a soul behind the music, you just have noise. And so whether I mean the actual song is decent or not, to me it's still like it has to have a personal aspect to it. And if the person singing it and creating it isn't actually the one creating it, you don't have that real song that actually has the soul and that has the feel to it that creates what, in my opinion, is a piece of art. So that's very fascinating to hear kind of how they were trying to get you to operate there. So I mean, I'm thankful you got out of that because your music now definitely has a lot of soul, and I love your music. And it's very relatable, even if it's not something I can relate to personally, like with the exact scenario. The way you write, it definitely relates to everyone in different scenarios. Their own personal situations can definitely relate, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. And like you said too, God's timing really is amazing because so many times myself, I mean, different again, very different scenario, but still, so many times in my life, I've had so many fantastic things, opportunities pop up, and it's like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. For me personally, I wanted to be a concert pianist. This is what I was going to do since I was like 4 years old. I love piano. And I mean, everything was all lined up perfectly. And COVID came along. God kind of went, nope, you're not doing this. And I was like, what? And I didn't really understand why. And so many other examples too, where you just don't know what's happening or why things are, what seems like going wrong or very wrong. And then you kind of see later God's plans. And you look back on it, and it's like his plans are always better than your own, and it's really amazing to see and see that work out in other people's lives too. And so I think that's really really incredible that you've kind of been able to come almost full circle there and really see been able to witness your own struggle and then see how that really paid off and see what God did with your life is, I think, a really beautiful thing. And the fact that you're able to touch so many other lives through your music is just, I think, incredible. So Jordan, tell my audience here a little bit more about what you're going to be doing in the future, more songs, what's in the near future for Jordan.
Yeah, so basically, you've heard me talk about high res a lot. We got together over the summer. I think it was August when we officially started releasing music. I started out just mixing songs for him. I was just mixing. That's it. And then he heard some of my production and some of my singing, and he was like, "Wait, that's you?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh my God, let's do a song." So we did a song, and there was no plan to like follow up. It was just let's make a song, let's collaborate. And then it got a good response, so we made another song, and that song was "Someday," which you played earlier, and that got like I don't know, I think over 100 million views. It went absolutely wildly viral, like nothing I've ever seen in my whole career before. And then we were like, wait, is this like, should we like keep doing this? And now like we're a group. And I think it's safe to say both of us are our side project is kind of our main project now. So I've kind of stopped caring as much about my solo stuff, and it seems like he's more focused on the stuff that we're doing too. I'll be flying down to him in a couple days to film a couple more videos. So we release a song every 3 weeks and a video. So we're super regular. We already have 11 songs out. The 12th song's about to come out in 2 weeks. So um just stacking up our catalog and making meaningful music, that's my main goal right now, is just the project with Rez. And hopefully soon we will discuss touring so that people can actually start to see our faces on stage, because they're asking now, because it's been 6 months of us basically being like a band or a group, whatever you want to call it. So now it's time to start talking about like hitting the road and making merchandise and doing all that other stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I'm actually having a lot of fun. For the first time in my life, music has been my job and my main source of income for like 20 years now, but it's starting to feel less like work and more like just pure enjoyment. I'm doing what I love, and I'm doing it authentically, and that's kind of like we've been discussing. That's always been my dream, is just to do what I love, and to do it for the right reasons that align with me and who I am, and that's exactly where I'm at and where I'm continuing to go right now.
I think the fact that you're doing what you love really shows through in your music right now. I think that you can really tell that it's authentic and that you are actually enjoying yourself. It's not like your earlier situation where you're being fed something. I think it's paying off in your music to hear that you're actually enjoying what you do. And that's really awesome as a musician. That's always kind of like a main goal actually as an artist. I would think is to be able to do what you love and it actually pays off for you. So that's fantastic about touring. I would love to see that. Love to go see you guys in person sometime. So, did you say that you have 11 songs out with him already?
Yeah,
Wow.
11.
Okay, I have to listen. I haven't heard all of these. I'll have to go listen, add a
Yeah,
whole slew of songs
there's a
to my
little bit of
playlist. Haven't even
everything.
heard all these. That's
Yeah, there's a
awesome.
little
That's
bit of
super.
everything. So yeah, I hope whatever you hear you like. You know, we have like a sound that seems to be what's making us most popular, which is the Someday. We have another song called Homesick. They're like piano
Yes.
songs, slow piano songs. I'm a sucker for because I make all the music I make too. So some
Mhm.
people know that, some don't. So I'm actually producing and playing all the instruments and mixing and mastering, and I do all the behind the scenes stuff as well. Um, so I kind of keep re-gravitating towards this like somber, slow piano thing, and that seems to be the songs that do the best. But we have like a hard rock song coming. We just did a real hip hoppy one. We did a country one for my best friend who died
Oh,
in
fun.
Iraq. We've really like hit every sound, and that's what's so fun about this is like we're not just like a one trick pony. We might have a sound that's the most popular, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna just keep hitting the success button just because we know it's gonna work. We're gonna be artists and have fun, and some people aren't gonna like some of the songs, and that's okay with both of us because a true artist creates art that resonates with them first, and then anyone else who enjoys it after that, like I said before, that's a bonus that we both are very appreciative of.
I love that. That is fantastic. I would love to hear you guys in person, like I said. Hear some of this behind the scenes. That would be super cool to see too. So, Jordan, thank you so much for joining me on the show. It's great to have you. It was a great discussion
My
here. I really
pleasure.
enjoyed it. I am super excited to hear all these songs come out. I cannot wait to listen to every single one of them. So, Jordan, thank you so much for joining me again. Please tell my audience where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm on all major streaming services, just Jordan Meyer, as it says on the screen right there. I'm also on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, mostly on Facebook. That's probably my biggest platform that I use. I'm on Instagram. Anywhere you type that name, it should come up fairly soon.
Absolutely, Jordan. Great to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Think you need a new roof? Think again. Roofs aren't made like they used to be. They have significantly less asphalt in them than they did 20 years ago. That's causing roofs to wear out way before they should. Roof Max can extend the life of your roof for at least 5 and up to 15 years, guaranteed. 9 out of 10 roofs qualify. Restore your roof at a fraction of the cost for a new roof. Mention Patriot TV and get their $859 roof tune-up for free. Call 1-800-ROOF-MAX. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please subscribe to the Classic Chloe Show on Rumble, YouTube, and Spotify to stay up to date on the latest episodes. Please also follow me at classically_Chloe on Instagram and classically Chloe on all other platforms. See you next week. God bless.